New order of bosses is going to be the blue team, so I'm going to introduce them. We're going to have Exact on that Kael'thas up top. We're going to have Inraki on the NOoB, Nijo, their team captain, on the Tyrael with that fucking lovely master skin. Ben is going to be playing the Jaina, and Zalor on that Uther down bot.
How do we get the UI up?
You have to go into your options and select it up. So if it escape options, observer replay, and then observer interface.
I see.
You got it. Okay,
wait,
so
observer interface is on default for me.
Yeah, you want to change that to the Ali observer UI if you have downloaded it.
Nope, it's cool.
Okay, well I have it up, so we'll see how that goes.
That's fine. That's fine.
It'll be fine. You'll just have to deal with default.
Goddamn default, boys. I'll have to download that after this game.
Yes, I'll send you a link straight away, or I'll just send you the download.
That's fine, that's fine.
So, Team Kappa Pride Alliance, do you want to introduce them?
Yep, so we got, for Kappa Pride, we got Xerox on the Sylvanas. We have Torf and Rainius playing Vala and Muradin. And then on the bottom lane, we have a Rhaegar, which is Bluarg. I think that's how you say his name, Bluargag. And Chilla on the Illidan. And actually, interesting here, the Rhaegar has chosen to go and support the Illidan down on bottom lane against a Jaina solo, which I'm not sure if I actually agree. He's actually going to rotate to middle lane here so that he's able to support that mid lane. You definitely want to...
Just taking a lot of like harass damage from the Tyrael, really.
Yeah. You definitely want to keep this offensive in the middle lane so that they can't take a huge advantage over...
Illidan taking a lot of damage down bottom. He's going to get picked up by the Jaina and the NOoB. The NOoB stuns plus the Jaina slow. He's not able to.
I missed that. I missed that kill.
I was watching it and going, I want to jump in. I want to jump in.
So, top lane here. Kel'Thuz going aggressive. Kel'Thuz does get stunned down by Muradin. We do have support coming in from the Uther and the NOoB. Vala's going to get taken out in that first engage. The overextending from Muradin and Vala, they did line themselves up for an easy kill, an easy gank there for New Order of Bosses. And that's why you really need your Rhaegar to sit in the top lane so that he's actually able to just quickly run and support that lane.
We're going to have Uther taking some damage in mid lane here, but level 4 coming out for New Order bosses. We're going to see the common Tyrael build mostly coming out. The Smite plus a bit of amplified healing, making him a little bit tankier. Jaina, we're not going to see Arcane Intellect at level 4. We're going to, in fact, see Frost Shard, so we're going to get the Piercing Frostbolt here. It's a little bit unusual. And most of the rest, Regen Master from NOoB and Gathering Power, Legion of Beetles, all the sort of standard. The rest of them. Interestingly, Shadow Wolf coming out of Rhaegar at level 4.
Oh yes, I can actually see it here.
That is the invisible...
so we do see Mana Addict from Kel'Thuz.
Yeah. Yeah, all the standards, but like I said...
So, pretty standard here. Pretty interesting to actually see a NOoB taking... I mean, Regen Master's pretty standard, I guess. We have Uther with that shield. That team is getting very tanky very quick. So Rhaegar gets stunned down. Illidan engaging, he did engage with his E there, so he didn't take any damage really. But that was actually a really strong engage from Kappa Pride.
Yeah, they really burst down the NOoB.
They really did, didn't they? They really did get some good bursts there. And this is what I'm saying. Even though the other comp does, even though New Order of Bosses does have a composition which is going to deal heavy bursts, Kappa Pride still have that poke damage that they're going to be able to deal consistently with the Sylvanas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the composition's still looking pretty strong for both teams, to be honest with you.
Now, I do forget if you can do it in the default UI, but can you do Z or Control Z to zoom out? I don't know if that would help.
Ah, yes.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Nailed it. Oh, we have Kael'Thas getting initiated on here in the top. Muradin's going to get taken down a little bit. He's going to get stunned and falling quite low, actually. Nijo on that Tyrael. Dropping to about half, getting healed up by the Uther. A little bit of a back and throw here. To and fro, sorry.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of poke. You're not going to see a hard engage just yet. And the only engage you're really going to see is from New Order of Bosses because they don't have a full engage yet without that avatar from Muradin.
Yeah, plus the Judgment to really initiate on that is going to be big.
Yeah, New Order of Bosses definitely have the engage early.
We got, I mean, the absolute standard Illidan build. We're going to have a Hungering Arrow build out from Vala by looks things, maybe a bit of a right click. Interestingly, not with the wind on Sylvanas. We do get Lost Soul, which I know you prefer.
Yeah.
The extra cooldown on your Shadow Dagger.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would pick. Is
and
the
like
extra
I
cooldown on Shadow Dagger.
like I said earlier, the completely surprise talent of Shadow Wolf on Rhaegar, the stealth when entering Ghost Wolf for 4 seconds.
Well, I honestly think that that's a good idea versus that comp. Because if they get engaged on, if the Rhaegar gets engaged on, then that's it. The team fight's over for there's no way that they're going to be able to come back. Kappa Pride cannot come back without that Ancestral, so he's going to be able to escape a lot of team fights with that. And also, standard pick Earth Shield, a Remorseless coming out from Sylvanas, which is a good pick. And then you've also got the standard build from Kalthus. So yeah.
Cleanse coming out from Uther, he finally was able to pick up his talent. He ummed and ahed about it for a long time there, but I think...
I'm not really sure about the Cleanse against their comp, because they don't actually have a mad amount of stuns.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Muradin stuns, and then they've got a couple slows coming out, so...
you have the silence.
I suppose, yeah. If he
that's going to be
himself,
big.
Cleanse himself during the silence.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean,
or just before it hits.
Yeah.
But that's going to be like super clutch, real quick play if he's able to do that.
Yeah, we did actually see bot lane not getting soaked by Kappa Pride, so that's why they've gone quite a bit behind, because the bottom lane was actually being pushed by Jaina for majority of the first set of team fights. So Jaina's actually just been sat down there and just soaking XP. So Illidan and Sylvanas heading down to the bottom lane. Probably get a good amount of push here on this bottom lane.
But interestingly, we did actually have the Web Weavers come down in favour of Kappa, and they didn't push at all, really. I mean, we've got a gate down in mid, and that's about it. A bunch of ammo taken from the towers. Bruiser camp taken, 4 New Order bosses here, though. So that should be good. We're going to see the siege camp taken bottom in favour of Kappa.
Yep, and that's going to be a big siege camp. Because they are so, and one thing, a big hole in the tactic that we see from New Order is that they are focusing so heavily around each lane. There's no spread from their team hardly, and there's a lot more spread on Kappa Pride.
But New Order have reached level 10, so they are looking for that fight.
Yeah,
we do actually get Web Blast on the NOoB, which is great to see. Couple of Ring of Frost from Jaina, not
Rhaegar getting caught out here. Rhaegar's dropping very low. He's stuck in a web now, but he's going to have to Ancestral immediately as he comes out of that.
Huge judgment on the
Illidan gets taken out there.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Phoenix coming out. I don't see another way for them to engage. He does land. And a very aggressive play here by NOoB. They're under the tower. Great stun there from the Jaina. I mean, you've taken out most of the team for Kappa Pride there, so the first engage is going to go to New Order of bosses, and they're going to take out one turret there, and that's going to be a big lead for them.
It was great. They caught out the Rhaegar. He was out of position. They did a lot of damage to him, and then put him in a web wrap. Actually, I think it saved the Rhaegar's life there, but then they were able to blow the Judgment onto the Illidan, kill the Illidan on the background. A fantastic Ring of Frost to catch out. I think it was the Sylvanas plus the Rhaegar, the Vala or the Sylvanas, I forget which one it was. They're both women, they both shoot bows. Yeah, she just got caught out by a NOoB stuns and a Blizzard on Jaina, and she was already quite low, and that finished her off, so fantastic engagement taken.
And also, the other thing to note is that the Web Weavers were out.
Yes, pushing with that engagement.
But we do have level 10 for Kappa Pride here, so they're going to have a bit of a better team fight for this next one at least. And you're going to see
the hunt out of Illidan.
The hunt coming out of Illidan. I actually agree, because they're not able to win engages. So with the hunt, Illidan's going to be able to split push. And there's another set of Web Weavers. This is going to be so rough for Kappa Pride here. It's going to be so hard for them to defend now. They're 2 levels down and against Web Weavers.
They're a talent point down as well, as New Order hit that level 13. We're going to have Rain Avengers coming out from Vala here. Not doing all that much. I mean,
so the Rhaegar actually used his Ancestral early on the Muradin there, and the Muradin was pretty much full health. Rhaegar getting caught heavily here. he's gonna get slowed and killed inside of his turret.
Muradin was web wrap, so he couldn't even stop any of this disengage. It was fantastic five hero silence by the Sylvanus' Wailing Arrow, but it's not going to be enough since the Circle of Frost comes out.
Yeah, and I mean, it does look like a bit of a stomp here, and I really do feel like that is heavily down to team composition. But you know, you can always come back into it. We've got some taunts coming out now from the NOoB. Illidan jumps in and just gets completely annihilated by New Order. Absolutely destroyed there. Don't know what he was trying. Maybe he thought he was the hero of range. I think he may have thought that he is just a god.
Maybe. I mean, Illidan is and was a good hero, but I don't think he can 1v5 at this point.
I don't think so either.
We have 57 gems in total for the side of New Order bosses, so they can actually almost get another hand in here straight off the bat. So that would be 3 in a row in very, very quick succession if they do. Kappa Pride I mean, they're suffering here. They're hemorrhaging. They've got to try and stem the blood flow where they can. And it looks a bit rough, I have to say. Gonna have that flamethrower from the Kelthas.
They're gonna be just absolutely getting tons of those coins now in, so we could see more. And Illidan getting stunned down. He gets hit by the
Judgment coming out, yeah. But it means on the background there that Muradin
is just an absolute, it's just destruction here, and you really don't want to fight this. You want to split push this now. They have to split push against this composition, and this is what I was saying with the Sylvanus. Because with Sylvanus, we can see that she's actually picking up a team fight build. Her build is so heavily dependent around team fights, and that is a big reason why they're not going to be able to push these lanes out now. And going into the late game, it's just going to get worse and worse.
Oh, we have that 4-level advantage on New Order of bosses as they take this boss. I mean, geez, they've got two talents up on Kappa. It's not looking good. Rhaegar's going to get caught out a little bit here. Some harass damage, but he's not going to be able to do anything to stop him getting this boss, is he?
But in actual fact, we do see Kappa Pride disengaging their Merc camp there. The boss has come out for New Order.
Vala got judgmented, and that was the end of her. She got destroyed. Web wrap on the Sylvanus, actually. She's going to get caught out. Stun on
Rhaegar's getting taken down. Oh, the Ancestral just keeps him alive. We're going to see massive damage coming out onto the Sylvanus. Muradin gets taken out as well. It's just a huge cleave fest here. Rhaegar popping out that slow, try and buy them some time. Illidan's going to go back to base. I don't know why. And then we've got Vala coming back out. So she's going to deal a bit of poke damage. That's actually buying even more time here. I do not know if they can end the game just from one push here.
I really think they can. They've got like, it's no longer two talents, but they still have a 4-level advantage. They still have Divine Shield from the Uther. Hunt comes out with the Chaos Aspect. He's just going to get Divine Shield, and that's going to be that. Uther is dropping low, but they kill off the Illidan again.
And actually, we do see a kill on Uther. He gets cleaved down by the turret. And NOoB's dropping low.
But the Tyrell's going to be there.
Going down the Tyrell, and that was a pretty fast game there. New Order bosses do take that, and we knew really that was
yeah, that they outdrafted their opponents. They're showing why they won the last tournament.
That's for sure. They definitely outdrafted the opponents, unfortunately. But we do have still 2 more games for Kappa Pride to come back in this, so don't count them out yet. Because they did have a bad composition there. And that is so hard to beat. So next game, hopefully we will see a ban on either Jaina or Kelthas. I would think that they're definitely going to do that.